And now need to find the button that resets the game so we can just send in the new game command also. So start new game, it's called there from the button, it's called here, it's called from the form load, and it's called here on start new game. So we can also call start new game on the new game test. I don't even have a handler for it. So move test state Playme and play TTT. It's similar to this one, so I'll use it. I love it when I do that. And now I'm lost. I broke everything with commas. Okay, let's take that one below, and this one would be new game. Now there's no reason that these can be read from a file and the names of the functions will be contained in an assembly somewhere else, and everything doesn't have to be written in a hard code. But for me, there's no reason it needs to be anywhere else, so it's perfect right here where I can see it. So now we need a new game. We have that handler, and let's go create it. So we have test, so I'm going to create it right here under the test. Yeah, that just makes more sense to me. Ambiguity. Yeah. We have two functions with the same name out there. Compiler's quick to let us know, which is awesome. If you ran your code 1,000 times and you can't find the error and it's right there, so that compiler will let you know. Okay, so now starting a new game. Oh, what I wanted to show, we can just new game right here. We can create a Lambda expression and pass in the it's called a message data. So I can pass in MD. Any parameter name is fine. This MD makes more sense. It kind of sounds like message data. And start. And if I call start new game here, and it's done. So that's the niceness right there. So if I have the function and it doesn't need any parameters, then I can just drop it in place, or, wrapped in the Lambda, of course. So we do, however, let's get an experiment. Back out. We need it because we want to send messages over the chat line to the room to let everyone know that the game has been reset. Welcome back, huh? So now, so we start. What does this have in here? Hang on. This is a command. So this takes the message data. Message data is a simple event arg with a few extra touch. So it takes in the regular expression match, and it stores the match, and it points to specific things in that match, like the nickname and what they said, and certain things. And I chose to keep the regular expression match because you can do more with it later once you pull out the right groupings, and you still have the pattern to match against. You can also do more. So I figured I'd keep that, and being this, I mean, there's commands can go anywhere, anything can happen here. So I figured I'd use the match on both of them, for the command and the initial string coming in, the entire message data and what it matched. Dark magic is good magic, man. You still have to know what you're doing with them. The last tutorial I did on Lambda expression, I did a tutorial on, what was that about? Yeah, refactoring with Lambda expression. And yeah, I'm okay. I'm moving along, and so I write out the code, and this is crazy. So I write out the code, and I'm noticing, wait a minute, I supposedly quote unquote refactored the code, which in my mind, you know, I made it smaller in certain places and got it all neat and nice, and I used the Lambda expression in one place. And after running the code, I noticed, hey, something's just not right. But you know, in my inexperience, I can't really pin my finger on what's wrong. So I wrote more code to fix what seemed to be kind of off, right? So that being said, got everything working, and you know, put it on YouTube, and yeah, okay, cool. Set it out on Reddit. So one guy picks it up. He says, yeah, you got some refactoring going on here, which is nice and stuff, but this line here, this is not refactoring. This is changing code. You went from an if else to an if else statement in that Lambda expression you did. And immediately it struck me like, that's what happened, and that's where the code I had to rewrite, because I had to run another conditional check. So I mean, yeah, those things are beastie, man. If you don't like know what's going on, you'd really screw some stuff up. But they are fun, and how powerful. Wow. If you check on YouTube, there's somebody I think, I don't know if he worked in Microsoft or whatever, but he's real proficient with those Lambda expression. Jeremy Clark, I think the name is. And I watched quite a bit of that. Yeah, you mess around with them, can't beat them, man. For when you can use them, they're awesome. RESTARTED. So everyone in here should know, if you see something spelled wrong, shout out, because I have no access to Google here. Alright, game restarted by, so we send in the user that restarted the game. Okay. Now let's make sure the start new game does everything that we need it to. It sets game over to false. It tells the computer it may or may not be learning again. It restarts the gameplay by clearing all the cells. Clearing all the cells. Okay, I set in the state to empty, which is awesome. Move remaining cells, clears that, and it adds them back in the range. And this is where I need to add another little and I can do that after things are working. Okay, so now start new game also You know what I should be using? There's so many shortcuts and things that Visual Studios have. And this selects any file in any folder in your project. You know, as long as it can find that name and it's by type. Okay, so then we populate the memory list box. Okay, that's trivial. And we clear the next one. So I don't see the players being restarted, and that we depend on that to track the game. So yeah, let's restart that here. Reset that here. So players equal new string empty and empty. Okay, so that should shut that up, and that. So start a new game that way. Yeah, you probably need like a plugin or something for whatever. PHP Storm, that's paid software, I think. I haven't tried that one. Fortunately, I can't touch paid software yet. But there, I got my eyes on a lot of things out there. But when I could afford to pick them up, like this being #1, I mean, there's no way you can. Oh, yeah, I gotta work on this next. These functions here, they make requests to Twitch's API for followers. You can get the followers and the viewers, and I even this one gets the followers and viewers, and the TMI.twitch, that gets the chatters, the people in the chat room, you know, the and gives you moderators and viewers in a separate list. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, if someone requests to play the game and I'm no one here and you leave, then it'll be good to know to take them off the list. So now Sublime, I heard about that 1,000 times, and I think I need to check into that. Just have a free trial or something. The free trials I really don't even like anyway, because you dive in and then you fall in love, and then you couldn't afford it in the first place, and so just let it go. Just let it go. I don't think I've ever used IntelliSense for PHP. I don't think I've ever had it. I use Notepad++ for my PHP, and most of my web programming is done in Notepad++. I have Eclipse on the side, but I don't like cumbersome stuff. Okay, so let's try a few new commands and see if everything breaks. Oh, there's a yo in there. Hang on. See, these are things I have to check. This happens if you greet, there's lots of greetings that's in there, and I don't see where it got yo out of your call. What you said, it's a U or YO in there somewhere. So here's the U. I need to grab more of what you said so I can see that. Nice. A new game. Yep. I could have guessed who that command was sent by. Oh, silly me. Cross-threading. It was the Twitch IRC connection is use let me show the class since here's the client class, the connection class here. There's the standard Twitch connection stuff, the Twitch address, and there's the formats here for sending messages and joining and whatnot. This ping pong, regular stuff that I didn't know about, that I was disconnected from chat many times because Twitch was pinging me and I was not ponging. And this is a format to send a message across the wire. So I wrap everything up in little format strings, that way I can just pass them in. So and this is where it actually makes the connection. So it writes some lines to the stream. And join room, part room, it writes lines to the stream again, using the same formats that I sent up there with the channel names. This is where writing the response, this is where it's ponging. When Twitch pings and I pong, I had an exception here, I need to check that later. And I have the read line, it's reading a line of chat here. And I think I should be reading the entire message that comes across the chat, because I think that in particular causes a lot of my misreadings in the regular expressions, because it's breaking the lines up and probably is hitting bounds and stuff in the regular expressions where it should not. And I have no idea how this chat is coming across, you know, how it's being read on the stream. It's formatted completely differently than it's formatted on the stream, I'm sure. So maybe I should be, instead of reading the line, I should be reading, I don't know, what else do they even have on here? Yeah, so maybe I should read it to end. I don't know what that'll give me. That might give me the entire chat that's stored on the buffer. So that's something I have to learn and fix that up. But anyway, this is the connection class, and it's running on a thread. So here's where the thread's running the entire time, and it started when you ask it to start. So you call start monitoring, it calls, you know, a few actions. It gives you opportunities here to invoke some functions if you like, and then it starts the thread up. And when you stop it, it stops the thread, closes the connection, and it's out. This, I wasn't closing the connection. When I took it to Unity, every time I press play, it was fine. Stop Unity, press play again, it would freeze, because I guess it kept running into the same connection that I had before. So yeah, you know, you learn. So I got that in. That stops the Unity, stops Unity from freezing. It clears the connection every time Unity shuts down. Of course, you know, you need to call it at the appropriate times. But this is the connection class, and this is the message data. So it's passed back and forth. So this takes the regular message, and it gives me the nickname and what they said. So it takes out the other stuff that's in it. And here's the group matching that does the parsing. And for commands, I have this here to take the same message and grab the command and its argument if present. And that way I can just call them from code. You know, give me what command was sent, and does it have an argument? And if it does, what is it? So this doesn't need to be ran again and again. You know, it's just cool. And what we finally came here for is this class that connects to these. Not sure if you guys know about this. I'll run one really fast. This gives you the streamers, and you know, on their channels and stuff. Let's do mine with some here. So that's a call to the API, and there you have it. So it's here. We have 25 followers for this guy, and the viewers and the follows, and then you can get deeper into it and get more stuff. So that's how many viewers are, I guess, currently on the channel. And this one in particular, this is the one that I found very interesting. As over the IRC, I couldn't get with MIRC the chatters in the room to show. But this one, yeah, you can. So you can see who's around, the lurkers, and who's not lurking, and all that stuff. But I maintain I wouldn't acknowledge someone unless they acknowledge the chat. So, and this would be used to maintain the system. If you leave and you submitted your name to play in the pool, then it's gonna need a way to take you out of the pool, and this is how I'm gonna do that. Now I was thinking on lots of little tidbits to help, keep me going. You can. Oh, the next list. Yeah, I don't know about that. You can just read data. Do you actually need to populate the list? I mean, you can have the data at hand. You can put it somewhere, anywhere else. Well, yeah, this stuff, and when it goes in here, gets that, and then it splits them up into a couple of little classes here. So this is the API class, and then this is the TMI class. Alrighty, cool. So everybody freeze, hold your breath. Now, anyway, I'll continue. Yeah, so we have a parser here, JSON Sierra. If you use Visual Studios, there's Nuget packages that are available online that, don't rewrite the wheel if you don't have to. It's fun when you're tinkering, but if you want to save time, use whatever code that's already been written. And things that are provided and available to you through these applications are usually well tested and stable, at least in a stable form, to where they will cause you less problems than you would cause yourself. Learned it the hard way, and I still learn it the hard way. Yeah. How about requesting what do you call it? I have it in here somewhere. Cap request. Where is it? Request for capabilities. Yeah. Here it is here. You use this command here. You gotta send that before you join the room, and it's supposedly supposed to give you the chatters list. So Twitch took out that ability to save server bandwidth, so this is supposed to give you that capabilities back. I haven't seen that capability working myself, so it's here, and I haven't seen anything else come across the wire, or maybe I haven't called for it. Yeah. Get up to 1K chatters. That's a lot. I wonder how they're kept on that list. Is it in alphabetical order? When they give you limited lists like that, they shouldn't alphabetize things. It should be like in an order, like a queue or a stack. Probably a queue. because you know, you can't be forced to hang around. But like some kind of stack, so you can see and you can get some kind of information out of a list of random people. You can get no information if they sort the data, you know, and the only way to get information is to see in what order they came in. Yeah, that. Yeah, well, you know, it's the money thing. I'd bitch at them too, man, and I do. They may be listening. Okay, so now that I have no clue on what I was doing. Okay, start new game. Did that. We got a cross-threading. Alright, cross-threading. Let's fix that problem. So when we show the game state, that didn't cause a problem. Starting a new game state caused a problem. So we need to that's alright. So on the Windows form they have so if this forms, oh my goodness, forms come prepared if invoke required invoke. So this will be true if this call is coming from a background thread, and if it is coming from a background thread, we're gonna need to invoke the function on the foreground thread, on the UI thread, or the thread that this is invoking it from. In this instance, it's the UI thread. Could be, you know, the threads bounce around. So method invoker, I think they have a handy little, yeah. I don't like writing damn delegates if they have them already. So we need to instantiate one. So that should call our start new game on the UI thread to avoid cross-threading calls to my form controls. Yeah? Come on, Conk, let's crash it again. Yeah, man, this is the code done. I mean, recommending to code your own client, hard. Now, what? You're not supposed to be able to play? You're supposed to request a move first. Well, I didn't take that out, huh? So, say Playme. Now say Playme, say Playme. Yeah. I decided to code this little client backside client thing because I don't need a lot. I just need formatted information sent across the wire.